One of the most important outcomes that the membership wanted us to achieve in these negotiations is the protection of our current conditions and improvement of conditions. So what do you think are the most positive outcomes the bargaining committee has been able to achieve in this proposed agreement?
I think on top of retaining all your current working conditions, we've managed to obtain quite a few good entitlements in this agreement, and I think the big one being in the improvements to the parental leave entitlements. That being maternity leave is now 12 paid weeks in addition to the paid government scheme, which families can now claim on top of that. So we're looking at about an $8,000 improvement for families, and improving the partner leave from 4 paid full shifts to 8 shifts.
So SM3s in the country, all country SMs will be paid the SM3 rate. All country staff working with volunteers will have an increase in the working with volunteer allowance. I think there's about a 30% increase in pay rates for that.
4 paid days of military leave. The night shift payment is another big improvement, so a 5% increase in the first year of the night shift payment. And on top of that, moving the night shift payment component into the allowances section. So what that means is there'll be a yearly increase on that moving forwards.
Special leave, we've changed it to a percentage. So as the staff force increases, that number will increase, who can go on special leave. But we've also added an extra system in place. If someone's has in-credit hours and special leave is not available, they then can go and find someone, or St. John's will find someone, and that will be paid out in overtime. So you might find a colleague that can work for you, and you can offer them double time as long as you credit to cover that shift.
And there's also 2 new clauses, a transition to retirement clause that sets out options for people looking to transition to retirement, and also addition of an unpaid family and domestic violence leave clause, which represents good progress in the bargaining. And lastly, I think it was really important that we managed to obtain a 3-year agreement as opposed to a 4-year agreement, which St. John's wanted.
Yeah, also St. John's was pushing quite hard for 12-hour shifts across the board, and for potentially staggered starts having a no choice, which is now it's a voluntary. So I think that's a good win.